Hey y'all, welcome back to Math Rescue. I'm Andre, your certified math coach. In this video, we're going to break down a polynomial that needs multiple factoring patterns to get all the way to its fully factored form. We'll use a difference of squares, then a sum of cubes, and then a difference of cubes all in one problem. Once you see how each pattern gets used, the whole expression opens up. Let's talk about it. Alright, so we have quite the hefty problem here. This problem is going to require us to first use the difference of squares, and then from there we'll use the sum of cubes formula, or difference of cubes, depending on what we end up with. We'll probably end up with both. So let's give it a try. So this here is 8x to the third. That's my first square. And this square is 27 y to the third. That's my second square. All right. So I love the difference of squares formula. It shows up so much in Algebra 2. It shows up so much in pre-calc and beyond. It shows up a lot. So the difference of squares is a squared minus b squared. Whenever you have that relationship, you can always factor it into a minus b times a plus b. So right now we have this side of the formula. We have it right here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to aim to set it up like this. So let's try it. So let me go ahead and kind of set up the space it's going to be filling. So parentheses times parentheses. One of them is subtraction. One of them is addition. And let me get to writing. So first the a. So we already picked out the a. It is 8x to the third. Let me record it here as well. And we already picked out the b value. 27 times y to the third. All right, difference of squares is finished. We're done doing the difference of squares. But I've noticed that I can continue factoring. The reason I could continue factoring is because we now have some cubes that are showing up. Let me pick out some different colors. So we'll use red. And we'll use this kind of like, don't laugh at me for not knowing my colors. Magenta, violet, I'm not sure. So the cube here, this is 2 times 2 times 2. This is 2x. And for our violet color, the cube there is 3y. All right, perfect. So let's go ahead and rewrite our sum and difference of cubes. So these formulas are really, really similar. They kind of give off the same vibe as difference of squares. The sum of cubes, whenever we have a cube plus a cube, we can rewrite that as a plus b times a squared minus ab plus b squared. That's our sum of cubes. Our difference of cubes is a to the third minus, so now we're taking a difference between these two cubes. And these first parentheses always match up with what you have. And then we get a little alternate right in here. All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and record these. We'll do the difference down here. We'll do the difference first. Actually, let me keep everything together. Uh-oh, my Y's lost their tail. So let's start off with, I'm going to name these parentheses. We'll call this parentheses number 1, parentheses number 2. So let's start off with parentheses number 1. I'm going to kind of group these in brackets because this is quite the hefty problem here for sure. So staying organized is definitely super important, especially because I tend to make mistakes. So we'll keep it as organized as possible. So let me start with my red. So I'm gonna record this, and this to start off. Let me also put parentheses in here. Since I'm kind of treating this like I don't know the formula, so I'm kind of pre-building everything just so that I know what I'm filling in and where I'm filling it in. So we have our first red, then we have our red squared, and then we have our red that's going to be multiplying b. All right, so right in here we have our subtraction sign. This is going to be addition, and this is going to be addition. All right, cool. Not too bad. Let's go ahead and do the purple. So 3y right in there. I get a 3y right here, and then a 3y squared right there. All right, let's do parentheses number 2 now. So I'm going to do all my reds. Now, if I was working this out by myself, not on video, I would definitely be going a little bit quicker. I probably wouldn't be breaking it down as much as I am. But I would definitely say when I was learning this for the first time, I probably broke it down this much because I wanted to avoid mistakes. Mistakes in algebra can take a long time to fix to even just spot what the mistake is. So, oops, that's not the right purple. So, in the beginning, when you're learning things, it's nice to stay organized. All right, so 3y, 3y, and then 3y squared. All right, let me go ahead and put in my operators. We get plus, minus, and plus. All right. That is a lot. We're not done yet. We still need to simplify, but we're pretty much almost finished. The hardest parts are done, which is kind of rewriting everything with the formula. I don't really need the bracket anymore. I have 4 big parentheses that are multiplying, and the order of multiplication in general doesn't matter. So I can get rid of the brackets. So let me start with my first parentheses. That is just going to be 2x minus 3y. Let me go ahead and do the next parentheses. So I have 2x squared. So that comes out to 4x squared. Then I have 2x times 3y. 2 times 3 makes 6. And x times y makes xy. And then we have 3y squared to finish. So that's going to give me 9y squared. Then I have another chill parentheses, 2x plus 3y. And then we have another one that we need to clean up. So 2x squared, that's going to be 2x times 2x. That gives me 4x to the second power. 2x times 3y gives me 6xy. And 3y squared gives me 9y squared. All right, so that is completely factored. I know you might have the temptation to go back and multiply everything together, but remember, we just factored. So if you go back and you multiply everything together, you're going to be undoing all the hard work that we just did. In general, we like to have this skill, this factoring skill, because it leads to us being able to solve polynomials. So this skill is actually like a prerequisite for larger solving tasks that you're going to be doing in your class. All right. I'm Andre with Math Rescue. Good luck in your math class. I'll see you in the next one.